hesitate when I am asking you to answer something? Why do you hesitate? It's as simple as that. As you have given your, told me your roll number and name in the same way. If I ask you something, if you know, you will tell me the answer or you will discuss that thing. Otherwise, you will simply say, I don't know, sir. That's all. Okay. So I have discussed the syllabus with you. I have shown it. Okay. Like these are the 5 units which we are going to discuss. And what with what objectives we are teaching you, I'll tell you. We want you people to know the past. We want you people to understand the past, and we want you people to uh, feel that we too have a bright past. We want you to understand that we too had a bright past. We too had scholarly persons, learned persons in India. There was development in science and technology before any other nation has seen any kind of development in science and technology. We were first in many fields. Okay, so we have a bright past really. Our future is, I say, our culture is very rational. Whatever practices we have as part of our traditions, or culture, or religion, they are all scientific. But in between, few people have they have not understood it properly, the religion or the culture, and they have not followed it properly. That is why whatever wrong notions we have, it's not because of the uh, original system which we had, but it is because of the people who have not understood the culture or the religion or the way of life that we are following properly, and they have followed something in a wrong way, which led to just an accident. Yeah, students, sorry for the inconvenience. Yeah, what were we discussing? What was I talking about? Students, I am not at all happy. I understand. I can understand that you have already attended 3 classes, but I too have taken 2 classes. Okay, so 106. I'm not going to give an attendance. Okay. Whoever leaves the class, he will not get an attendance, and he or she will not get attendance. And at the same time, when I'm asking you, you have to respond. I'm This is for the third time in the last half an hour. I'm saying this, reiterating the same. Be attentive. Two-way communication. There is nothing wrong. You have nothing to fear. Okay, you can speak when you are asked to. Okay, I posed a simple question to you. What was I discussing
Sir, about the syllabus.
about the
Syllabus.
syllabus? Okay, so yeah, with this kind of objectives, that means what I'm trying to say is we want, the AICT wants you to believe in your past, have a pride feeling about your past, your ancestors, their learning, their knowledge, their inventions, and their beliefs. What culture we are following is, actually we have, anyhow we'll be discussing what culture is, how can we define it, all those things. But simply, whatever culture we are following, it is a legacy which we have learned from our ancestors, our predecessors, right? So we don't have that meeting 109. Okay, so whoever leaves the class, they will not get attendance. I'm telling you again and again. So Yeah, before any other civilization made any simple advancement in science, we have reached heights in science and technology and many other things. So we want you to have that feeling, that pride, feeling, that understanding, and we want you to understand the culture, the traditions, or whatever you are following, religious beliefs, whatever you have, to understand them properly. Why do we want this? Because an engineer, whether you understand your culture or not, whether you know your beliefs or not, I'm saying religious beliefs properly, whether you understand them or not, it doesn't have anything to do with the engineering. So why do we have this syllabus? I'm saying this subject or these topics in our syllabus. Why are we discussing that? Is it relevant to you, engineers? Rule number 116, Siddharth.
Yes, sir.
What's your idea? What do you think? Is it necessary? Is it not required? Or is it required? Why do you have this in your syllabus?
I don't know, sir.
Good, at least you have answered it properly. Anyone else? Do you have any ideas, students?
We don't require for engineering purpose, but to just know about our past, we should require it, sir.
Of course, anyhow, that is clear. It's not engineering subject.
Just for
So,
extra knowledge.
okay, just for extra knowledge. May I know your name?
Prithvi, sir.
Prithvi. Okay, Prithvi, thanks for your idea, but just we'll discuss about it. So, anyone else? Do you have the same idea that just for the sake of knowledge, or just you have a leisure period, they have introduced it, or you don't have enough burden, that's why they have introduced it? Do you feel like that?
Sir, due to globalization, we are forgetting our customs and values, sir. For
Very
me,
good.
maybe because that reason we are having this. We should
So,
not
may I,
forget our customs.
maybe right your name?
Muhammad, sir.
Mohammed. So, Mohammed, do you think that it's only because of globalization we don't remember? Okay, let us agree that because of globalization we don't know what our culture is, what is the uniqueness of India, or what is the uniqueness of Indian culture, or how is it useful? Okay, let us agree. But
Okay.
what if you know it? What if you understand it? Is it beneficial for you? Is it beneficial for your country?
Yes, sir. Because the way our ancestors used to live was the best way of life. So we must live the way they lived. In that way, we'll be prospering and our health will be also good if we are following their diet,
Footsteps. Okay, diet.
yeah,
Okay,
or their
I got it.
footsteps. Yes.
Good, good. At least you have some basic understanding and basic beliefs. Very good. I appreciate it. And to a great extent, you are right.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah. So it's not that those who are of the belief that we just have to knowledge. Of course, having knowledge is good, but it's not the idea because of which you people are being asked to study this subject. The idea is, acha, okay. Anyone tell me how many world wars did we fight?
Two, sir.
True.
Two, sir.
All of you are saying two. Are you sure about it? India has not fight a single world war. Pardon? 70 rule number.
Second World War we fought.
Not first one, but second. You are right. But second also we have not fought it officially. Okay,
Just
British.
soldiers participated, sir.
Exactly. Right.
Indirectly,
Yeah, indirect participation. Right. So, do you know any country which has participated in both the world wars?
Germany.
Germany. So, how many did it
Yes.
win? How many world wars did Germany win? You said it fought two world wars. Did it win first world war?
No. No,
Sir,
sir.
like Germany was on one side, sir, and
Okay.
there on other side. Like
Okay.
whole
But
Russia and
hmm,
one US, like two
okay.
parts.
Yeah. My question is whether it won any of the world wars, first or second.
No, sir.
No, sir.
So you mean to say that it lost both world wars? Am I
Yes,
right?
sir.
Yeah, good. You are correct. Is Germany a developed country
Yes.
now at present?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Yes. Is India a developed country?
No,
No,
developing.
sir.
Developing
Developing
country.
country.
But we have not fought even a world war. It was not a direct participation, even though we have participated in Second World War. It was not direct participation. Only few soldiers who are working for British Army, they participated, that too forcibly. They participated in Second World War. So we never had any direct impact of First or Second World War in India. But Germany was incinerated. Japan was incinerated. They have blown Japan. Okay. Ekkade sir, and where was the first bomb?
Hiroshima.
Hiroshima, Nagasaki. Very good.
Nagasaki.
Yeah. Is Japan a developed country?
Yes, sir. Super.
Then those who have fought world wars, those who have lost world wars, for example, Germany has lost 2 world wars. Japan has participated in Second World War and it lost. Okay, it was bombed like hell. But still they are developed nations. We are still a developing nation. Why?
Because of
What is the
politics,
reason?
Huge population.
corruption.
Okay. Okay. So all
Technology.
these things. Yeah, someone was saying rule number 69.
Technology.
Technology, is it because of technology we are lagging behind?
No, sir.
Yeah.
How to use technology? Sir.
At least if we have technology, then we'll come to know how to use it. Do we have technology? We don't have.
No, sir.
So all
Uh,
these things, many of the, yeah, you can add. If you want, you can add.
సార్ అంటే ఫారెన్ కంపెనీస్ ఇన్వెస్ట్ చేస్తలేరు సార్ ఇండియాలో
చేస్తలేరా చేస్తున్నారా?
ఇప్పుడు కొన్ని కంపెనీస్ స్టార్ట్ అయినాయి సార్ స్టార్ట్అప్స్
సో ఓకే, ఇన్వెస్ట్మెంట్ చేయట్లేదు. వై దే ఆర్ నాట్ రెడీ టు ఇన్వెస్ట్ ఇన్ ఇండియా?
Many factors, sir. Corruption.
Yeah. So why do we have? You said
Security.
many factors. Very good. Rule number 89. Very good. And many factors. So why do we have these factors, and why do other countries don't have these kind of issues?
Powerful law.
System is not good, sir.
No, system is not. Laws are very good, sir, in other countries.
So we don't have those kind of laws. Is it because of laws?
Poor implementation.
Good implementation.
Okay. So why do we have all these issues? Can anyone answer it? A single answer. Why do we have these issues?
Because of politicians.
More democracy.
Proper
More
culture.
democracy. Acha, okay.
Not proper.
Right.
People are not aware of the things happening currently.
Okay.
No proper governance.
Same politicians and rules and regulations. No proper governance can be said in the other way, that we don't have proper government.
పీపుల్ ఆర్ జస్ట్ థింకింగ్ అబౌట్ దేర్ సెల్ఫ్స్ సార్
Okay, if I sum up, because you are giving different answers, it is good. I appreciate your ideas, because no one is copying the other one. You people have your own ideas. That's what the quality which I need, and I appreciate that quality. Okay, so if we sum up what we are as a country, what we are lacking as a country, not as an individual, is first of all, we don't associate ourselves with our country. I have heard persons saying that there is nothing like Deshabhakti or and say patriotism. Okay, so we don't believe in our country. Why don't we believe in our country, or why don't we have that kind of love and affection or patriotism towards our country? Because if let us say, how many of you see Tendulkar and say cricket?
Yes, sir.
Many of you, I hope.
Yes, sir.
See, okay, how many of you like Tendulkar, or who is the latest cricketer playing well? Indian cricketer.
Virat Kohli.
Virat Kohli. Okay. When I take the name, let us suppose we are unknown persons to each other, and just a discussion is going on, and I said Virat Kohli. Then don't we try to associate ourselves with Virat Kohli, saying that yes, he is an Indian, we are also Indians, he is an Indian, and he is a good cricketer? Don't we try to associate ourselves with him? I'm asking you, students.
Can you repeat again?
Yeah. Okay. what I'm trying to say is, let us suppose there is a discussion going on about Virat Kohli. Okay, there is a Pakistani, there is a Britain, and so English speaking person from Britain, there is a American, there is a Japanese guy, there is a German, blah blah blah. Everyone is there. Sri Lanka from person, a person from Afghanistan. They are discussing about cricket, and someone said, "Oh, Virat Kohli is one among the best players. Okay, who are
Rohit
playing cricket
Sharma,
now
sir.
in these whatever it is." Somebody has taken some name, Rohit Sharma or Virat Kohli or someone else. Then don't we try to associate ourselves with that Rohit Sharma or Virat Kohli, saying that yes, he is an Indian? Why? Why do we try? Because he is not your friend, he is not your brother, he is not your father, mother, he is not your teacher, he is not your classmate. Why do you associate with himself?
Same
He is
country.
our country.
He's playing for our country.
Of course, that is true. That is why you are associating himself with himself. But
We are their fans, sir. We love him very much.
not because of that, because you feel very great about him. Otherwise, if I say some XYZ, we talk about XYZ. Let us say we are talking about Panindra Bharadwaj, that is me. Do you try to associate yourself with me? I don't think so. Why? Because you don't have that kind of pride feeling about me or proud about me or my achievements. If you are really proud about my achievements, then you definitely try to associate yourself with me, saying that yes, we two belong to the same state or we two speak the same language. He's from my area, my town, my city, my state, my country. As you are associating yourself with Rohit Sharma or Virat Kohli. So, just a minute, students. I'll have a sip of water and then come back. Okay. Am I audible, students?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
If a discussion on cricket is going on, definitely you will say that yes, I belong to a country, India, which has won 2 World Cups, blah blah blah. If we are, let us suppose we are speaking about, our discussion is all about hockey, then what will you say? You have nothing to say. You will not speak you will not utter a single word. Instead, you will say, we are good in firing and say shooting because we have won 2 gold medals in Olympics. We are good in wrestling. We have
Badminton,
won.
sir.
You will speak about badminton, but you will not speak about hockey. You will not speak about football. Why? Simple reason. It's not because you are a fan of cricket or you are a fan of Virat Kohli or Rohit Sharma. No, it is because of you don't have a pride, proud feeling about that thing. Because we have not achieved anything in hockey, you will not speak about hockey. Because you feel that we have not achieved anything in football, you will not speak about anything about football. So what I'm trying to say is, you will love your country if you have that pride, if you have that great feeling about your country. If I want you to have some, let us say someone must and should have, if I say this kind of feeling, when will you have? Just because I'm saying you will not have that kind of feeling. If they have achieved anything great, if they have done anything great in the past, then they'll really feel about it, have happy about it, and they'll try to associate themselves with that. In the same way, as a country, the younger generation, they don't have a proud or a pride feeling, or they are not associating themselves with this country. Why? Because they don't have that feeling. They think that everything is achieved by Westerners. You talk about cell phone, iPhone is prepared by an American, is manufactured, this idea has come to an struck to American. You talk about computers, Americans are there. You talk about football, Europeans are leading. You talk about hockey, Europeans are leading. Whatever modern day technology, films, you take about movies. What do you talk about? You talk about a Hollywood movie, you talk about Avengers, you talk about Black Panther, you talk about something, blah blah blah. If there is any movie which is as good as technically, or camera wise, or choreography wise, or music wise, that level, which can compete with Western movies, then definitely you will say. So this is the reason which I believe we don't feel great about our country. But is it true that we have not achieved anything in the past? Are we really not that great? Don't we have a bright past? What we have learned from schools or what we have studied till now tells us that nothing is bright or nothing is good about our past. Whatever we are enjoying now, whatever we feel great about in these days, they are all achieved or they are all invented or discovered by Western people. You talk about physics, all the Nobel laureates are great people. They are from United States or Germany or France or Britain. We have only one, but many others. There are n number of persons. You take chemistry, outside world, not in India. You take medicine, outside world, not in India. You take economics, outside world. You take literature. How many of us or how many Indians have got Nobel Prize? How many Americans have got Nobel Prize? How many Britishers, English-speaking English people have got Nobel Prize? How many gold medals have we got in Olympics? We have nothing to boast. That is why we don't associate ourselves with India. We don't feel proud about India. Because it's not in our hands. We have taken birth here. It's not in our hands. We are studying here, and after completing our study, if there is the slightest chance, we are trying to go and land in some other countries, foreign countries. We are working there. We are giving our knowledge, our time. We are spending it there in that country for the betterment of that country. And at the end, if there is any requirement, or by chance if we cannot stay there, then we are coming back to India. Otherwise, we forget about India and we try to stay there. We try to take the citizenship of that country. We will renounce the citizenship. We'll stay there. But do you know, now the times are again changing. Our past was anyhow bright. We will discuss that in my classes, next classes. But do you know, the big companies, almost 90% CEOs of big companies are Indians. They are born in India. They have studied in India. Whatever knowledge they have to acquire, they have acquired it in India. Then they went to other countries and they are showing their mettle now. Sundar Pichai studied here till BTech. Then Satya Nadella, he is also brought up here in India. Indra Nooyi, India. Who is leading this one? Microsoft? Satya Nadella. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Can you name any CEO, Fortune 500 CEO, Indian? You are aloof in the attorney. Okay, no problem. We'll discuss many things. So, the idea of introducing this subject is to let you know what we have achieved, what we are capable of achieving. Okay, the idea behind it is to make you know the truth, what we were, how bright our ancestors were, how great they were, what they have achieved, and how the things have changed. And how can we achieve that thing back? It depends on you. If you know what your ancestors have achieved, then you can do that wonders again. If you know what you people are capable of, then you can achieve those wonderful things again. In olden days, I don't know whether you have heard about this or not, but you might have heard. What is the name, the university which you know, the oldest university that you know? Oxford?
Yes, sir.
Pardon? Rule number 67. ధైర్యంగా చెప్పండి, సిగ్గుపడాల్సిన అవసరం ఏం లేదు.
బనారస్
My-
యూనివర్సిటీ.
Nalanda, sir.
ఓకే, నలంద. కానీ నలంద ఇప్పుడు ఎగ్జిస్టెన్స్ లో లేదు. ఇట్స్ నాట్.
Anna University, sir.
ఓకే,
Usmania
ఎప్పటిదండి అన్నా
University, sir.
యూనివర్సిటీ? ఉస్మానియా ఎప్పటిది? హౌ ఓల్డ్ ఇట్ ఈస్?
Sir, 100 years.
1960.
1960.
సార్ ఎంఆర్
16.
కాలేజ్. ఎంఆర్ కాలేజ్
ఎప్పటిదండి ఆ కాలేజ్?
1890s లోనే ఇప్పుడు స్టార్ట్ చేసినారు అనుకుంటా సార్.
Okay. So, what has it achieved? Are the students, are the alumni, what have they achieved? ఎంఆర్ కాలేజీలో చదివిన వాళ్ళు ఏదైనా గొప్ప పని చేశారా, ఏదైనా సాధించారా? మీరు ఆక్స్ఫర్డ్ యూనివర్సిటీ తీసుకోండి, కేంబ్రిడ్జ్ యూనివర్సిటీ తీసుకోండి. To take, you have a number of examples. MIT. It's not that old, but I'm telling you. In the same way, as we are looking towards East for education, or for top universities, are highly paid companies, are innovative companies. In the same way, 1,000 years ago, 2,000 years ago, not 1,000, but definitely 2,000 years ago, other countries were looking towards East, towards India to be more specific. We were really great in metallurgy, we were really great in mathematics, we were really great in many other things like architecture, civil engineering. When people were not even in a position to build two-storied building, we have built two-storied building with 32 rooms. 32, not 2, 32, 3 to 32 rooms. When people were not even having a basic knowledge of hygiene, then we have built underground drainage system in Mohenjo-daro, Harappa. When people were living in huts or under trees or in caves, we were having two-storied buildings with separate washrooms, bedrooms, halls, kitchen, drinking water facility, underground drainage systems, and we have built houses with burnt bricks. And those bricks were standardized. Can you imagine? What is standardization? Do you have any idea? Can anyone give me an example?
No idea.
I'll give you a simple example. What phone do you have, Mr. 67, remember? Do you have a mobile phone?
Sir, Redmi, sir.
Okay, very good. And are you using headphones or earphones?
Yes, sir.
What company? What is the company?
Vivo, sir.
Vivo. Now Redmi is a different company, Vivo is different company, is it not?
Yes, sir.
But the jack that you are using to connect these two, that means the jack that is available on Redmi phone, in which you are inserting the jack that is available to your headphones or earphones, is it not?
Yes, sir.
If it is not compatible, let us say the hole that is available in Redmi phone, which is meant for the headphones or earphones, if that is much less smaller than the jack of your headphones or earphones, then
It does not work.
You cannot use it.
Yes.
So standardization is, all the companies, they have decided that this should be the size, okay, of a headphone hole, we call it jack or whatever it is, or the jack, I mean say the earphone jack or headphone jack. All the companies are following those things, that is standardization. Now you can purchase any company's headphones or earphones, and you can purchase any company's mobile phone and you can use them. Is it not? That is standardization. That means all the companies have same standards, same dimensions. In the same way, all the bricks that were prepared in those days were having same dimensions, I mean say same weight, same length, same width, same breadth. So we were, in those days itself, we were very good in preparing a three-dimensional brick. Of course, all the bricks are three-dimensional. But standardization. So that's how our ancestors were. And as the time passed on, we have lost that knowledge. And all those things which our ancestors have done, Westerners have learnt it, and they have recorded it in books, and that knowledge came back to us, and we felt that it is the knowledge from outside that we are getting to learn. That is why we don't have a pride. We don't associate ourselves with India. That is why we are not developed countries. We are not among the developed countries. So the intention or the idea is to let you know the truth, the reality, what has happened in the past, how bright it was, what is our culture, what are our beliefs, and what is the rational idea behind these beliefs. Then you will have a patriotic feeling, or you will start loving your country. Then you will work hard for the betterment of your country. Then the result is obvious. It will stand among the developed countries. It will be the best country. So for that reason, with that idea, they have started. Here, if you can observe, this is the objective: to get knowledge of Indian culture, to know Indian languages, literature, and fine arts, to explore science and scientists of medieval and modern India. And after completing the subject, you should be able to understand what is Indian philosophy and Indian culture, or what is philosophy of Indian culture. You should be able to talk about at least few Indian languages and the literature available in those languages. You should be able to talk, at least you will have some knowledge as to how the people were in ancient India, how the people were in medieval India, how the modern India is. If we have this diversity, what is the reason for this diversity? You will have some knowledge about the basic arts, fine arts. You will then try to assess as to what is the contribution of the scientists from India in various fields. If I ask you, you people can anyone name few scientists, few modern day scientists?
APJ, sir. APJ Abdul Kalam.
Right, one is APJ Abdul Kalam. Then how many names do you remember, or do you know? Raman, 2. That's all. Only 2 scientists from India.
Ramanujan.
I'm talking about the modern day scientists. So Aryabhatta we cannot consider it. Ramanujan is right. 3 mathematician. Very good. Only 3 scientists. So India has produced only 3 scientists till now. 19th century, 20th century, 21st century. 300 ఏళ్ల నుంచి చెప్పండి. 3 centuries.
Chandra Bose.
Very good. 4th name Chandra Bose. But there are many others. Baba. Who is Baba? Rajnikant movie.
Homi Jahangir Baba.
Correct. What is he? Who is he? Is he not a scientist?
Nuclear physicist. Nuclear scientist.
Vikram Sarabhai. Abdul Kalam, first name. Okay. So we'll try to know all these things. Then you will at least realize that we too have learned persons. Our beliefs are not irrational beliefs. Our faith is not irrational faith. We too have learned persons, and we too have achieved many things. We too have discovered, invented many things, discovered many things. Okay, so this will be the gist of this subject. This is what we are going to discuss in my classes. I'll try to make this class as interesting as possible from my side, and I want you people to be attentive, and I want you to have, I want you to involve in the discussions. It should be like a debate, right? So I'm expecting all these students in my next class, and as I said, I prefer two-way communication. So if you have any doubts, you can ask. If you have any points to make, you can, right? So thank you, class. If you have any doubts, you can, or if you want to make any point, you can now. I'll allow it. Otherwise, if you have no point to make, then we'll wind up the session. Okay. That means you have no point to make or no doubt to ask. So I'm concluding the session. Thank you.